Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to Up and Moving, which is a community-based physical activity program for the Upper Peninsula. I'm Steve Elmer, college professor at Michigan Tech University, and we're excited to have you with us today. The goal of Up and Moving is to help adults stay physically active during the COVID-19 pandemic and beyond. Our message for the community is that regular amounts of physical activity is a great way to promote good physical and mental health, bolster immune function, and it may even protect against severe illness from COVID-19. Today, our team will show you ways to stay active right at home through a guided 25-minute physical activity workout. So grab a bottle of water, a family member, somebody close to you in your household, and let's get ready for the workout. I will now turn things over to my colleagues, Isaac Wiedig and Jenna Phelps. Isaac is a doctoral student, personal trainer, and certified strength and conditioning specialist. Jenna is currently working as an intern in our strength and conditioning department, and she's also a graduate student in our kinesiology program. So you're in great hands. Let's get ready for the workout. Turn it over to Isaac and Jenna.
Hello everyone, my name is Isaac Wiedig and I'm joined today by Jenna Phelps. Jenna, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
All right, I'm doing good. So we're going to be taking you through a little workout today. We're going to include some strength movements as well as some cardiovascular exercise. So we'll keep you moving here for about the next 25 minutes or so. The plan is we're going to start off with a short warm-up to begin. And then we're going to move into our exercises for the day. And then we'll finish off with a little cool down at the end. So during our workout, I'm going to be showing one variation of an exercise and Jenna's going to be showing the other variation. So you can look at either one of us and follow along with either one of our exercise variations, whichever one works best for you and feels most comfortable. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll jump into our warm-up here. So we're going to start off with just some high knees, kind of walking in place, driving that knee up to the chest. And as we loosen up here, you can think about getting that knee a little bit higher as we go. So in our warm-up, we're going to start off slow. We'll get all the joints moving and get ourselves prepared for a little bit harder exercises to come. Should need pretty minimal equipment for the workout. We have a couple of water jugs here to use as improvised dumbbells. We also have some cans of soup that you can use, bag of rice, a backpack, anything that you can stick some weight in will work. Let's go ahead and switch our movement. We're going to go into butt kicks. We're going to be taking that heel, driving it up to your butt, like you're trying to kick yourself in the rear. Should feel a little stretch in the front of the legs here. We're getting those hamstrings working in the back of the leg. And again, as we loosen up, we can just try to get that heel a little bit higher. We'll try to go through each one of these warm-up movements for about 30 seconds or so, and then we'll switch it up. Get a little arm swing in there once you get the movement down. Great, let's go ahead and transition into a new movement. So these are called Frankenstein kicks. So you're going to have those hands out in front. And then what you're going to be doing is trying to lift the toes up to your fingertips. Notice that I'm keeping my leg fairly straight here. Should feel a little bit of a stretch in the back of the leg as you're raising it up. We're just going to try to keep those hands out in front. And you've got that classic Frankenstein walk.
For this one, if you need a little bit of stability, you can grab a chair, countertop, the wall, and just have one leg or one arm out, alternating those legs.
Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and switch it up again. We're going to go into some arm circles now. So what you can do is step side to side here. We'll keep everything moving. And we're making some forward circles with those arms. And as those shoulders loosen up, we can make those circles a little bit bigger. And then we can get into nice big circles. Really get those shoulders warmed up and ready. And let's go ahead, let's go into an arm swing in the front now. So still stepping side to side, we're reaching for the opposite walls in the room. Bringing those arms across the body. Heart rate's starting to pick up a little bit here. I'm breathing a little harder. Great. Let's transition now right into backward circles, or go the opposite direction that you started with. So if you went forward, go backwards. If you went backwards, go forward. Right back into those arm circles. And we'll try to make those nice and big. Good, nice job. All right, we're going to go into jogging in place here. So I want you to try to think about getting those feet up off the floor. Just kind of jog at your own pace. If you can, try to stay up on those toes as well as we're doing this. Good. We're going to go for about 10 more seconds here. We can increase the pace a little bit. We'll try to push it here at the end of the warm-up. We're down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Nice job. Warm-up is finished. Let's go ahead and take a little break. Grab a drink of water if you have a water bottle with you. And we're going to get into our first circuit of exercises. So what we're going to do is we're going to start our circuits off with a couple of strength exercises. So where we want to go a little bit heavier, work on strengthening the muscle. And then we're going to follow that up with a couple of cardio exercises to get the heart rate up a little bit higher. So that's what we're going to get into next here. All right, so our first strength exercise that we're going to do to start off this circuit is going to be a step down exercise. So essentially what I want you to think about as you're doing this is like you're stepping down a stair. So if you think about going downstairs, you kind of reach that leg out and you reach for that bottom step. So what you're going to be doing is reaching that heel out in front of you as far as you can. And you can see that I'm putting a little bit of tension on this back leg. So this is the leg that we're really working here. Now a few things that you can do to make this easier or harder. The further you reach, the harder it's going to be. The less you reach out front, the easier it's going to be. And what we're going to do is be alternating legs. So you're going to reach with your left leg, come back to center, and then reach with that right leg. And Jenna's going to show you how to do it with a chair as well if you need a little bit of stability. All right, so we're going to do this for 30 seconds. Try to make the exercise as challenging as you need to. By the end of 30 seconds, that muscle in the front of your leg should be burning. Ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And we're reaching. Back to center. Switch legs. Then you're stepping down that stair. Putting a little tension on that back leg through that quad. Good, and as you're doing this, if it's feeling really easy, we've got about 10 seconds left. See if you can reach a little further and get a little bit lower. It's a great exercise for strengthening those quads. In 3, 2, 1, we are done. Good. Perfect. Take a little breather. So we're going to go into our next strength exercise. We have 2 strength exercises, then we're going to get into some cardio. Our next strength exercise, you're going to need some kind of improvised weight. So you can use cans of soup, anything you've got available in your home that you can grab onto. A couple of shopping bags too with some cans of soup or a bag of rice or something in it will work. And from here we're going to do a curl and press. So you're going to be standing in this upright position, chest out, shoulder blades back. You're going to be curling those weights up and then pressing up overhead. And then nice, slow, controlled back down to your shoulders, and then letting those weights down. So curl up, press up overhead, back to the shoulders and down. So we've got kind of a two-part movement here. We have a curl, kind of working the biceps, and then an overhead press to work on the shoulders. All right, so once you've got your weights gathered, you're ready to go. Let's get into our 30-second set here. Ready? 3, 2, 1, here we go. Curl, press up overhead. Back to shoulders and curl down. Curl, press overhead, back down. Think about keeping that chest out. Got about 10 seconds here. Nice and slow and controlled as we're coming down with those weights. You don't want to let them drop. And that is time. Good. Go ahead and take a break. Throw those weights to the side. All right, so take a little rest. Grab a drink of water if you need it. While you're doing that, I'm going to show you our next exercise. So again, this is a little more cardio based. So we're going to be doing this is traditionally a kettlebell swing, but most of us don't have kettlebells at home. If you have one, that works great. But we're going to use a gallon of water, can of soup. And so what you're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a swing like this. So essentially what the movement is it's us moving at our hip or hinging at the hip. So what you're going to do is push those hips back, let this water bottle or weight drop it sort of the middle of your foot, and then you're going to swing your hips forward, and that momentum should lift that weight that you're holding. So we're not necessarily lifting with our arms, we're using the momentum of our hips coming forward to actually swing that water bottle. So what I want you to think about doing is pushing those hips back and then driving the hips forward. And you can see I'm keeping my knees fairly straight and my back's nice and flat. All right, so we're going to go 30 seconds here. Ready? 3, 2, 1, here we go. And think about driving those hips forward as fast as you can from that backwards position. And your arms should be doing minimal work here. Just think about your hands are hooked onto that weight and you're just swinging it with the momentum of your hips. And you take that butt and think about touching the wall behind you with it, pushing it back, and driving it forward. And that is time. We'll set that aside for a moment. A little time for recovery here. And then we're going to go into our next cardio exercise. So this one, again, a little more cardiovascularly based. We're going to do a jumping jack. So I'm going to show you a standard jumping jack. Then I'm going to show you a little bit of an altered version. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. There we go. Going for 30 seconds. You can really control your pace on these. Go as fast or as slow as you want to. Start to get a little bit too out of breath, slow your pace down a little bit. We're down to 3, 2, 1, and that is time. Good. Whew. A little bit out of breath after that one. So that's one circuit down. We're going to run through that same series of exercises 2 more times. So let's take a little time here to get a drink, catch your breath a little bit, and we'll start from the top. I'm starting to sweat now.
I am too.
Whew. Okay. So think about the way that you did your step downs the first time. And think back if it was really hard, try to go to maybe a little easier version, perhaps use a chair for some support, or maybe try not to push that heel out in front of you as far. And if you need to make it harder, then you can think about pushing that heel out further in front of you and getting a little more bend in that knee. All right, so let's go right back into those. We're going to go for 30 seconds here. Remember, we're alternating between legs. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Push that heel out in front. back to center. And we're switching. Nice and slow on these, good control, especially on the way down. By the end of 30 seconds, it should start burning in that quad in front of your leg. I know I'm already feeling it. 3, 2, 1, that is time. Good. Little breather, grab a drink. And we're going to go right back into the curl and presses. Go ahead and get your weights ready for whatever you're using. And again, this is one that you can make harder or easier just by changing what you're lifting. If you tried to go with gallon jugs of water last time, it was a little too hard. You can go to a can of soup or something a little bit lighter. All right, let's get into it. We're going to go for 30 seconds here. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So curling up to the shoulders, pressing overhead. Back down nice and slow. Back to the start. So keep that chest out. Think about pulling those shoulder blades together in the back. One thing I want to point out too is that as I'm coming into this press, I'm not leaning back. I'm trying to keep my head upright, my back nice and vertical. And 3, 2, 1. That is time. Good. Another little break here for you to get a drink. And so we are going to go back into, I guess we'll call them water jug swings or soup can swings. We don't have kettlebells. We're going to go back into those water jug swings. So again, we're starting from this standing position. You get your feet spread just outside shoulder width so you've got room for whatever you're holding to go between your legs. Pushing the hips back into this nice hip hinge where I'm just moving at my hip, not as much through my spine, and then thrusting those hips forward. All right, ready? Going for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. So use that momentum of your hips coming forward to swing that jug. I'm not even using my arms at all right now. Just a little bit faster movement. You still want to control that weight on the way down. And if you can, think about letting that weight that you're holding actually get behind your legs, behind your heels as you're doing that swing. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and that is time. We'll set that aside. Okay, a little time for some break here. We're going to go 30 seconds of jumping jacks coming up. So take some deep breaths, try to recover here. It's getting a little bit of strength work today, but we're going to keep you moving and keep that heart rate up. Let's get the best of both worlds. All right, here we go. We're going to go jumping jacks for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. So you can moderate your pace here. Go as fast as you need to. Slow it down if you feel like it's getting too difficult. Almost there, guys. Hang in with us. 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is time. We made it.
2 sets down.
2 down. 1 to go. All right. Take a little longer to recover. So grab a drink. Okay, get some deep breaths in. Shake off the muscles. Got one more time to go through. Whew. And then after this, we got a little cool down. So most of the hard work is almost done. We're almost there. All right. Cool. So we're going to go right back in to those same 4 exercises, starting from the top. So we're reaching that heel out, doing these step downs. All right, you ready? Going for 30 seconds here. So the last set, so you can try to make it a little bit more challenging. You can try to reach that heel a little further. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Reach that heel out. Let that back knee bend. Sound like we are going down a nice big flight of stairs here. No escalators at Up and Moving. Good work. Starting to feel a little bit of quad burn here. I'm going to really try to reach that heel for these last 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. That is time. Good. Little quad burn. Woo. Nice job. Little break. We're going to go back into the curl and press. So adjust your weights if you have to. Go a little heavier, go a little lighter. Try to meet the correct level of difficulty. You want it to be challenging, but not so hard that you can barely lift those weights up. All right, let's do it. We're going for 30 seconds. Chest out, shoulder blades back. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Curling up to the shoulders, pressing overhead. And then reversing that nice and slow. So think about your posture through your shoulders and your back here. You see my posture doesn't change, maybe just a little bit. We're mostly working those biceps on that curl and then pressing overhead, working the shoulders. Good job. We're down to our last few seconds. 3, 2, 1. And that is time. You can set those down. And a little water break here. All right, so we've got a minute left of exercise. We got 30 seconds of swings and 30 seconds of jumping jacks. So we're almost there. We can push it during this last minute. We have a nice cool down after this. It's always the best part of the workout once it's done. All right, ready? Going into the swings. Hinging at that hip. Think about the hip. Knees, just a little bit of bend, but fairly straight. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. Once you get those hips back, you're thinking about pushing them forward as fast as you can. On our last 10 seconds here. Should feel a little tension in those hamstrings at the bottom. We're looking for 3, 2, 1, and that's time. Woo. Done with those. Take some time to recover, and then we're into our last 30 seconds of exercise. Whew. Getting towards the edge here. Take a good deep breath in. All right. Ready? 30 seconds of jumping jacks. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So I'm going to try to get my heart rate and my breathing up a little higher on this last one. Maybe to a point where it's starting to get a little bit hard to talk. Good, we're almost there. Down to 3, 2, 1, and that is time. You did it, Jenna.
You did it.
Nice job, everybody. Give yourself a pat on the back. That's the hard work done, so we can take some time now to catch our breath, get a drink of water if you need to. And all we have left now is we'll do some stretches, a little cool down, and we'll be all finished up. That was a tough workout today. Got a little bit of everything in it. All right. Let's go into a stretch here. So let's start off taking that elbow. You can put it up next to your ear. Grab onto your elbow with the other hand and reach down to the floor. And then from here, you can even lean a little bit away from that arm that you have up that you're stretching. Get a nice stretch through the triceps and the back. Just try to breathe through this. Relax those muscles that you're stretching. Good. Let's go ahead and switch arms and shake that one off. Elbow up the side of your head, we'll grab onto that with the other hand. Then reach this one down to the floor. And then you can get a little side bend away from that arm. You might feel that stretch a little more through your side here. Always hold this and breathe. Good, nice job. All right, let's shake that one off. We're going to do a little bit of a quad stretch here. You can use a wall for stability or a chair if you need to. I'm going to try to balance, but you're going to grab your heel. Maybe I'm going to use the wall today. You're going to grab your heel, or your ankle, and try to pull that heel up to your butt. And we're just going to hold this here. So we're getting a good stretch in the front of the leg, front of the thigh. And again, just breathe through this. Try to relax that muscle as you're stretching it. Should feel a little uncomfortable, but not painful. Don't want to overstretch it. Just remember to keep taking deep breaths and relax. Let's go ahead and switch sides. And now grab that other ankle, pull the other heel up to your butt. Good, heart rate's coming down now. Starting to feel a little more relaxed. The last stretch we're going to go into here is a hamstring stretch. It's going to be just like those kettlebell swings. You want to take your butt, push it back, hinge at your hips, and try to reach down as far as you can for your toes. Have a little bit of bend in the knee. They don't have to be perfectly straight. But we should feel a little bit of tightness in the back of that leg. We're going to get to that point, and then we'll just hold it there. And again, just try to breathe through this. If you can't touch your toes, completely fine. Get as low as you can. And as you can see, I'm not super flexible.
I'm not either.
Just breathe and relax. Okay. All right. Nice job. That's our cool down done. Workout complete. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. We're looking forward to seeing you next time. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you to both Isaac and Jenna for leading today's workout. We hope that you enjoyed it. We encourage all of our viewers to find ways to move a little more and sit less during the COVID-19 pandemic. Our goal is to help you work towards achieving the recommended amount of 150 minutes of weekly physical activity. We offer live workouts 6 days a week online and through social media. Workouts can also be downloaded at any time on our website. For more information, you can go to upandmoving.org. We also offer a home-based DVD option for those without internet. That DVD can be ordered by calling the number on your screen, 906-487-2324.